Hi, welcome back.
Now, point blank.
Yes.
So we are looking at how families from English backgrounds help their children pick up Mandarin. But first, let's take a look at some of the fun ways that kids are going about learning Mandarin in schools and childcare centers and all that.
Well, picking up a new language may not be a walk in the park. But for children at the Chiltern House, play forms the backbone of their Mandarin lessons.
We teach Mandarin through play. So children, they like to play. Children, they all love stories and love role play. So we use drama as a tool for teaching. So children, they create their own story and then they act it out and they feel really exciting. We do play a lot of games and the children, they do realize actually they are learning. They learn a lot. They feel happy and they enjoy learning. Over the hill, go through the jungle and under the bridge. So they learn the word, over, through and under easily in a fun way.
And the children have to say on what their favorite activities are.
你上课你最喜欢什么？
唱歌，还有听故事。我不喜欢唱歌。
哦，你不喜欢唱歌？那你喜欢做什么呀？
我喜欢听故事，还有玩游戏。是爱听故事，还有玩游戏。我的话说的最好，英文说的一点点好。
For those children who come from a non-Mandarin background, we design a cultural activity for them. For example, like dumpling making and brush painting and calligraphy and martial art or some traditional dance to let children feel the culture. Any language you want to learn better, you must understand the culture. So children immerse themselves in languages through this cultural activity. Singaporean children, they have it's a big challenge for them is they don't have a Mandarin environment, and that means the lack of opportunity to speak, to hear Mandarin.
Let's say the parents are English speaking, English educated. So how do they create a home environment where the children can learn Mandarin?
It's very important, the language has a direct relevance to everyday life. If you don't know Chinese, but you still can do some Mandarin activity, you can enjoy the Mandarin story by sitting with your children and listen to audio books, CDs in the car, and sing along with their children. So this is a fun way for children to learn. Yes.
And then you can learn Mandarin along with your kid.
Correct. So you can label the item at the home. Also, you can read the stories to your children. Children, they all love story. You can play game with your children, and which can introduce a character, Mandarin characters. Arrange the play days with other Mandarin-speaking children, and you can enroll your children in some Mandarin activities.
The focus on play also seemed to fit well with the recent changes in the primary school curriculum.
For the change for primary school, the focus is more on the speaking and listening. To play, they speak more and they listen more, so they have built up the communication skills. Means you can speak fluently in Mandarin. I think it's more practical.
So it does take a lot of patience and loads of creativity to get your children immersed in the Chinese language and culture. But the effort is definitely well worth it.
Wow, Claire, you saw yourself? That's your class. Okay.
Wow, I'm a bit jealous.
So fun, huh?
Last time is like 人口手脚 and then you.
Yeah.
Now you can be more 鱼大鱼小鱼中鱼
Yeah, because last time was more rote learning, and now there's so many creative ways actually to learn Chinese, and even in the home, there are strategies that Huang Lao Shi was explaining how to make it more conducive, right? So I don't know, from your experience, how do you make the home more conducive in your case, Chris?
For me, because Claire now can read English storybooks, so what I do with her is that I will alternate the Mandarin and English book. So if she reads to me one English book, her credit will be me reading to her a Mandarin book. So she's always looking forward for that because she doesn't know how to read a Mandarin book yet. But she's slowly trying to pick it up through Hanyu Pinyin because of the phonics that she learned in Julia Gabriel Center. So it's very easy for her to, even if she doesn't recognize the word, she's able to sound it out. So you
have exchange program, English for Chinese stories, right? Like a incentive.
Actually, what about you, Mr. Shin? I would assume it's a bit harder for you because you don't know the language.
I think we have a limitation, especially we don't know what is the correct phonics, and we even cannot read a Chinese character at all.
You just have to take her word for it.
Yeah. Only you can, right? I doubt it. So normally she borrowed the book from the Julia Gabriel Center, and then there is some subtitle. Then what we can do is she sometimes she sang a song. So what we can do is we just follow her. Whatever she speaks, we just copy her. Especially during the when she go to school. My wife there, she always sing a song together with my daughter.
Okay.
In the car.
Yeah, in the car.
Chinese
That's all we did so far. So that's all we can do actually. Other than that, I mean, we just stimulate her. Okay, if you want, you just speak in Mandarin, whatever you want, just go ahead. I mean, it's okay. Whether it's correct or wrong doesn't matter. Just play with the language, whatever you want. Maybe from there she will feel more comfortable with most of the language, not only Mandarin but every language.
So she's like your little teacher.
You are learning,
you're picking up Mandarin.
Also, we also did these things like, what is this? Then she said, yeah, this is a pencil. In Mandarin, then she said, like, for example, I learned 苹果.
苹果.
苹果. Then she said like that. If my pronunciation is not correct, then she said, huh? 苹果. Apple, something like that. I just learned like as a word. And then I learned 大象. It's like elephant, right?
Yeah.
Then I learned from her.
Wow,
very funny,
very
right?
good. You're teaching your daddy, Chinese Mandarin.
How about you, Kenny? Must show off a bit lah.
Show off. I think nothing much to show off. I think in my case, I don't really need to learn much because I had several years of learning Mandarin, but it came to naught, right? Honestly, I think I learned Mandarin for 6 years in primary school, right? And then after that, since I'm Peranakan, right, I speak more of Malay at home, right? So when I came to secondary school, I switched to Malay as a second language. Right? And then, so several times during my growing up years, I tried to pick up Mandarin again, right? But I found it very difficult, right? I even attended 3-month night classes in Mandarin, right? But somehow, I just couldn't pick it up, right? So I think one reason I was asking Edith, what age you start learning Mandarin, I think that's a critical thing, right? Because I seem to notice that if they start young enough, maybe in nursery school, then they'll be able to pick up the language. But if you start very late, I think it's very difficult to pick up.
Yeah. So it's true that like certain age, you really learn a new language easier. So that's why. So maybe when we come back, we can talk more about Edith going to China.
Yes,
she has plans to further her Chinese.
Go east.
Go east China
North and east.
Yeah.